Hear the sounds of slot machines jingling, laughter coming from the craps tables, the servers gathering drink orders. These are the sounds that you hear on the casino floor. But what you do not hear is the ATM machines discreetly dispensing cash from welfare accounts. So what are California welfare recipients doing extracting cash from ATMs in casinos? Do we have a bit of a problem? California has deemed access to government aid as a citizen's right, but there's a predatory segment of society that targets this benevolent attitude, exploiting our good intentions. We're here as the Earhard group today, a civically responsible cross-section of military and veteran citizens. Our research substantiated the amount of abuse, and as responsible taxpayers, we are not only concerned, but outraged by the abuse. Fraud is clearly a problem, as stated by David Klein, and they're convinced there's a significant amount in the system wasting our tax dollars. Now, this is only a small example of the abuse, but it's taxpayer money. It's our hard-earned dollars, and it's not being spent and used to the satisfaction of your constituents. So we ask that you hear our voices as we address the abuse, providing evidence of the problems and solutions to be legislated. So let's discuss some of these issues. The first being the state-issued debit card, or the Golden State EBT card. Meant to be convenient, secure, and reduce the stigma associated with public assistance. However, lack of government oversight has allowed these cards to be exposed to abuse by certain welfare recipients. Some as recent as June, when Jack Dolan reported in the LA Times that the EBT cards had been used to withdraw more than $1.8 million in taxpayer cash from ATMs in California casinos. This same award-winning investigative reporter also discovered that $12,000 had been withdrawn through ATM machines in strip clubs across the state. Lots of cash. Second, according to the PEW Center, in January, California's prison population was the second largest in the nation. And in a 2007 audit sampling of 540 county inmates receiving welfare benefits, the state controller's office discovered that almost 50% of these inmates had been incarcerated longer than 30 days, the welfare cutoff period for prisoners. But they'd still received a total of $414,000 in overpayments. Based on a sampling of 8 counties, the total amount of overpayment during the review period was estimated to be $3 million. Now, this overpayment is simply a result of improper reporting of the counties to the Social Security Administration and those personnel's lack of timely action to cut off the payments. Third, our southern border is often called the doormat for illegal immigrants entering the U.S., and this plays a large part in the bottomless whirlpool sucking the life out of the wallets of California voters. Welfare fraud in California accounts for $1.5 billion per year, with 24% of LA counties estimated or total allotment of welfare and food stamp benefits going directly to U.S.-born children of illegals. Keep in mind, there are 57 additional counties in the state subject to the same abuse. Now, statistics furnished last year by the LA County Public Social Services revealed that these U.S.-born children collected nearly $22 million in welfare and over $26 million in food stamp benefits in June alone. Projected over a 12-month period, this would exceed $575 million. And fourth, welfare fraud reporting is inadequate. There are systems in place, but are poorly advertised outside the government offices. And the public is not adequately educated, and there's also the stigma of being called a tattletale. So let's discuss some of our solutions. First, our investigation found that casinos and strip clubs were not knowingly collaborating in the EBT cash withdrawals. We did find that California's online EBT system operates through the Quest network, and any welfare recipient can access his or her cash benefits from any ATM in the state that demonstrates the Quest mark. So the state must immediately alert Quest to remove casinos, poker rooms, and strip clubs from the list of approved locations, and follow through with continuing monitoring. In addition, take advantage of the county specialized units for welfare fraud investigation, and of course, new technology must be used for tracking EBT card abuse. Second, we provide the California prison population with housing, clothing, food, and better health care than many of our law-abiding citizens have access to. Overpayment of welfare payments to criminals is simply unacceptable, and we as voters encourage recovery of these funds and return them to taxpayer coffers. The Social Security Administration and the county jail system should create a team to ensure proper data reporting and additional oversight of field offices to ensure timely stop payment of the benefits. Third, illegal immigration. Controversial topic, but many of these U.S.-born citizens, U.S.-born children, are now valuable contributors to our society. However, there is also a piece of that pie that are welfare benefit predators, draining our coffers. So we should follow Arizona's lead in the illegal immigration battle and place California's Proposition 187 back on the voting block to stimulate federal immigration reform. Now, as Prop 187 is so polemic, an alternative solution is selective amnesty, providing temporary legal status to the parents of those undocumented parents, requiring that their children sponsor and apply for legal permanent status, bringing these parents into the system with Social Security numbers and now as taxpayers. And fourth, as taxpayers and citizens, we are all responsible to ensure fraud is properly reported. Even though county numbers are available, we should issue wallet cards with contact lists on them openly to the public. An advertising campaign should be implemented to educate our public and a reward incentive program be put in place. In conclusion, continuous vigilance with technology is required to ensure and deter EBT card fraud. It's also quite evident that the prisoner status reporting system requires a major overhaul, and that we must make our government employees accountable for the welfare benefit overpayments. We've also determined that illegal immigration indirectly promotes welfare abuse. Immediate federal immigration reform must be promoted to cure the problem. And of course, we as constituents and you as legislators must work hand in hand to ensure welfare fraud is discouraged through technological means, education of our public, and of course incentive programs to ensure proper reporting of fraud becomes commonplace. Good afternoon.